Living Local Carolina with Katie Turner. Local trends, shopping, dining, and more. This is Living Local Carolina.
The following portion of Living Local Carolina is sponsored by AIM Acupuncture and Integrative Medicine. Hey guys, welcome back to Living Local Carolina. Today I'm back at AIM Acupuncture and Integrative Medicine, and I'm joined by Ron. How are you doing today?
Good.
All right, you just got done with your treatment. I got to have a little peek of what was going on in here. But before we get into that, why don't you tell everybody why you came to AIM in the first place?
I originally came here because of issues with neuropathy that were associated with foot pain and numbness and tingling and all the stuff that goes along with that.
How long did you have some of those symptoms before you wanted to do something about it?
Probably 25 years.
Really?
On and off, yeah.
So what made you decide to try acupuncture?
Actually, my wife kind of pushed me into it, if you want to know the truth. I was getting desperate to do something and, try to get some relief. And that's why I tried it.
Well, you said you've been dealing with this on and off for 25
Yeah.
years. So were there things that you weren't able to do because of the neuropathy?
It was just affecting the way I walk because I have numbness in my feet and that kind of stuff. And just stuff that affects you when you get older.
Definitely.
Also, so.
Were there any things like walking on the beach or anything that was painful?
Actually, standing on my feet for a long time was pretty painful. And I was still working part-time selling boats, and that requires you to be on your feet, and so I wasn't ready to give that up either. So I needed to do something and get some relief, and it worked great for me, to the point where I'm back again for another go around because of some issues with some foot surgery related to that.
Okay. It's interesting to see all the things that acupuncture can help, definitely.
Yeah, I had some bunion surgery 4 months ago, and it's minor, and it worked very well, and there were no issues with it. But I was left with some swelling and some pain in other areas of my foot, not related to maybe related to the operation. I don't know. So I came back for that, specifically for that, and that's been an ongoing thing, and it's helped. It's actually helping.
Okay, so how long have you been trying acupuncture?
On and off, probably 3 years. I started just before COVID, I believe. Probably 3 years.
Okay, so for somebody who's watching right now, they've never had acupuncture before.
Yep.
Can you describe what the process is like?
Well, I mean, it's kind of scary when you think about it, because it's needles and electrical current.
Indeed.
Which, by the way, they do it so well here that you don't even feel it. You have the anticipation of needles being stuck in various parts of your body, and how that's going to feel. But to be honest with you, it's like after they're done and I look at all the needles, it's like, wow, I maybe felt maybe one, but the overall process is the way they do it, and I've never been anywhere else. It's very good. It works very well. It's working for me. It's making a difference. I mean, I'm an old guy, and so you got old guy stuff. But overall, yes, it's made a difference. It has made a big difference in my life doing this.
All right, Ron. Well, I appreciate you sharing your story with me. I'm glad you've been feeling better. And guys, if you want to learn more about AIM Acupuncture and Integrative Medicine, you can visit their website at aimlivelife.com. This segment of Living Local Carolina was sponsored by AIM Acupuncture and Integrative Medicine.
We'll be back right after this break with more Living Local Carolina.
Great to be here with you today and share something that is very important to us, and that's Project Golf. I'm Gary Shaw, and I want to share with you some enthusiasm I've got for the program since I was here with it when it started in 2018. We were a nonprofit given birth by our parent company, Golf Tourism Solutions, which has been driving golf in Myrtle Beach for 5 or 6 decades. And they looked up a couple of years ago and said, we are bringing a lot of people into Myrtle Beach. We call ourselves the golf capital of the world. From the Rust Belt all the way up into New England, out west, people are coming to Myrtle Beach. But they said, just a minute, we've kind of ignored this exploding metropolis of Myrtle Beach of residents, locals. So they said, why don't we let's find somebody that can run this nonprofit. We want to bring the game to our disabled veterans, our underserved youth, and the beginners. So we'll grow the game, and we'll take the game to these golfers. We'll try to remove barriers that are in the way of their playing, and the biggest one was access and instruction. So we started with our beginners, and then we morphed into working with a disabled veteran under a program subsidized by the PGA of America called PGA Hope. Hope is an acronym standing for Helping Our Patriots Everywhere. I was asked to start it up because I somewhat fit the mold. I'm a veteran and a PGA member, and I served as the PGA's president for a term back in the 90s. So we got started off, and we found out the VA was very cooperative. They were pipelining all the veterans to us, and in no time at all, our classes became full. We can teach about 20, 22 veterans at a time, men and women, all with disabilities, some passive, some very visible. And we feel like we're doing some good, and we're getting these veterans back into society, and they're doing a good job of engaging with other veterans to play golf. And we're finding the same thing with the beginners. And we haven't quite developed a full-fledged junior program, but we know that's going to be the case, where we'll remove barriers to their getting into the game. And the PGA told us when we started PGA Hope, if you're anything like the other chapters around the country, you're going to save lives. And I thought to myself, as the executive director, that's a bit of a stretch. How do you save lives through golf? And after these 5 years now, Angel and I will agree that we are saving lives. We hear it from the veterans, we hear it from the veteran's spouse, and we hear it from the veteran's family. So it's a great program. They're telling us how much at the end of the classes when they graduate after 6 weeks, what value it has to them, and that value is engagement with family and community. So we feel real good about it. And I would throw in on the statistics, the metrics from the PGA of America is that there are about 160 chapters in the country, and the Carolinas leads the country in registrations and graduations, and Myrtle Beach leads the Carolinas. So we're real happy about the visibility we've received. And as a nonprofit, of course, our goal is to seek funding. So that's our next real initiative, is to turn up the heat on getting donations.
So as Gary was saying, the impact that we're making on our community is huge. We're creating a community of golfers, and our golfers are overcoming obstacles, improving their social, mental, and physical well-being. You know, with 22 veterans committing suicide each day, golf has changed their life, and in some cases, it's saved their lives. You know, some of them struggle 7 days a week, but for those 2 hours a day, they're coming out here and they're not thinking about those struggles. And because we're helping them with their abilities, and they're forgetting about their disabilities. And so if you guys would like to help us, please visit us at projectgolf.org and learn a little bit more about what we do and how you can support.
Hey guys, welcome back to Living Local Carolina. Today I am on the beach and I'm taking you with me to go hunting for seashells. I love hunting for seashells on the weekend and it's so much fun to do, especially in the off season. The beach is nice and quiet and peaceful. So I'm gonna look for some shells and then I'm gonna take you along with me as we clean them for another segment, so stay tuned. Firstly, you guys can see my hair is gonna look crazy throughout this entire segment. This is not about looking beautiful, it's about finding seashells. So we got our hair up, sunglasses have to be on, otherwise you will not be able to see the shells on the ground. So I'm gonna start looking. I see a little slipper shell right here. And when we clean these up later, when we do our science experiment, they're going to be so much more vibrant. But right now I'm just looking for shells that are intact. I'm looking for some lettered olives. That's our state shell. I love those. I love an angel's fingernail. These are always so pretty. They have a lot of mica in them, so they're very iridescent and shiny. We might not have to clean that one because it might just disintegrate. But here in Myrtle, you see a lot of the same types of shells. Every once in a while, I will see a shell that I've never seen before, and that's always like finding buried treasure. And I don't really find any sea glass here, as you guys know. I don't really find a lot of sand dollars either. So if I find a sand dollar, that's really cool. Oh, this one's pretty. That one has like a little bit of orange blush to it. This one looks like a Ruffles chip, but it's very, very orange, so I like that. This is a piece of a moon snail. But we're gonna leave that one. Oh! This would have been so good. I mean, look at that. This would have been so, I mean, it's still cool. We're still gonna take it. Next time, I will bring a fanny pack. Because you never know what loot you're gonna find. I hope you enjoyed hunting for seashells with us today on the beach. Again, we're going to be bringing you with us while we start cleaning the shells, and I'm going to show you some hacks and we're going to do a little scientific experiment. You don't want to miss it, so stay tuned. Grab your smocks, everyone, because today we're hanging out with Natalie at Myrtle Beach Art Museum's Pottery Studio.
So I'm just pressing it, and I'm using my body weight to press on my hands. I'm not using my hand strength so much. Nice and steady while you're doing it. And that's hard, but you'll notice that I'm always bracing one hand with my other hand, and I almost always have my elbows on my legs to stabilize them.
Natalie is the Pottery Studio manager and instructor, helping new and seasoned potters hone their skills. What is the most difficult vessel to make?
There's a couple that are pretty hard to make. Bottles seem to give people a hard time. Big, wide bowls, because they want to fall down. You know, if you get too much water on them, they fall down. If you pull them out too fast, they fall down. But the smaller bowls are easier to manage.
With more than 20 years of experience, she makes the craft look effortless.
All right, so I'm going to do what's called pulling up, and I do this at a much slower rate. And I'm just gonna push on the bottom here to push that clay up to the top.
Have you guessed what she's making yet?
And then I'll do some coloring. And coloring is another way of bringing the neck in. So I'm just gonna take my hands on the outside and give it some pressure here. That's gonna make the clay go up. It's gonna make it thicker right where I'm pressing, and it's gonna bring that center in.
After a few tweaks, voila, it's a beautiful vase. I can't believe I got to do this today.
I'm so excited.
This for so long.
That's
You have no
wonderful.
idea. This is so
Oh,
cool.
I'm so glad you like it.
If you're interested in hanging out with Natalie as well, check out her classes and join the wait list at myrtlebeachartmuseum.org.
We'll be back right after this break with more Living Local Carolina.
The following portion of Living Local Carolina is sponsored by Serenity Healthcare Solutions. Hey guys, welcome back to Living Local Carolina. Today I am at Serenity Healthcare Solutions and I'm joined by Erin, who is a nurse practitioner here. How are you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. Tell me all about you guys and what you're all about.
So we are a primary care practice that does a lot of stuff. So we do a lot of addiction treatment. We have some aesthetics. We have regular primary care, basically from birth all the way up to death. So we have a little bit of everything.
Okay, let's kind of go over this menu by category here. You guys do addiction support as well?
We do. So,
let's talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, so our addiction is medication-assisted treatment. So usually with buprenorphine with naloxone. We have injectable buprenorphine, so it's extended release. It gives people a lot more freedom. And we help people get off opioid addictions, or you can also use it for pain management. So you got some options there. We're different because we also have all these other services. Nobody knows why you're here. You're safe. You're in a safe place. You can share anything with us. We don't judge you. And you're surrounded by people that can actually care.
That's really nice. I can imagine. What do you think is the most rewarding part of your job and what you get to do every day?
When I have somebody who was struggling and then they come in one day and was like, I made it through a whole month. And that's great. And yeah, I can be tougher than a lot of people, but I love it when they succeed. Yeah. I'll be your biggest cheerleader. So those success stories, those people who feel good and are like living their best life, that's very rewarding.
That's awesome. So you guys also do primary care here.
We do.
So run me through the full gamut of that as well.
So primary care is just like you would anywhere else. You come in and we do take care of everything. High blood pressure, diabetes, babies, healthy people, sick people. We take care of them all.
As well as aesthetics too.
As well as aesthetics. So
gotta love that.
You gotta feel good about yourself, right? And Botox and stuff is great, but not everybody needs it. And I'll tell you that. I don't think anybody needs it, but if it makes you feel good and you build your confidence up, then it's worth it.
Love it. Okay, well, how can somebody become a patient here? What does that whole process look like?
Not too difficult. I mean, you can find us online. You can call the office. We take most insurances. There's a few we don't, but we're also very affordable if you don't have insurance. So we like to be available to people.
I love that. I love that. Tell me about the team here. What is it like to work here?
It's fun. Yeah. We have a lot of fun. It's very family oriented. So the other nurse practitioner here, his wife is our office manager. His daughter runs the front desk there. The mother-in-law works here. So it's very family oriented. We're happy to have small animals. We do have a dog that comes on site every day. So we like to keep it cozy. It's great.
Love it. Are there any other things that you think people should know about Serenity, about what you guys do, or what makes you different?
I think just because we are so family oriented, you can be comfortable coming in here at any time with your child, with your mother, with whomever, because it's very open and very inviting. Whether it be for addiction or for primary care or just coming in for some aesthetic stuff. Like, you should be comfortable and not be made to feel out of place.
Well, if somebody's watching this right now and they want to learn more about you guys and figure out where you're located, where can they do that?
You can go on our website, it's serenityhealthcaresolutions.com. We're also located at 605 West Palmetto Street in Florence, and you can always call us 843-942-9960.
This portion of Living Local Carolina was sponsored by Serenity Healthcare Solutions.
Don't forget to like our page on Facebook and follow us on Instagram and Twitter. How to use the QR code. Just open the camera app on your smartphone, iPad, or tablet. Point your device at the QR code so the QR code appears on your screen. Your device will recognize the QR code and show you a notification. Click that notification and you'll come to our website. Living Local Carolina, weekday mornings at 9:30 on WBTW News 13.